Are y'all gonna call Candace Parker racist too? Hey, yo. Oh, no. Candace Parker versus Angel Reese is getting spicy out here.
Uh-oh, Candace Parker. You've upset the Reese's Pieces, and they're not happy about it. They're going to be coming after you any second. Oh, they're already coming after you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Candace Parker asked to put certain players in a tier list. You have the S tier, you have the A tier, you have the B tier, and you have the C tier. And where Candace Parker put Angel Reese on this list and her explanation about it, it has upset a large number of the Reese's Pieces delegation.
Candace Parker, a 3-time WNBA champion and an absolute legend of the game, just dropped some serious truth bombs about Angel Reese and the Chi-Town Barbies going absolutely mental about it. Parker was asked to put WNBA players into tiers based on their current ability, and where she put Angel Reese has caused a full-blown meltdown. When someone with Parker's credentials, a woman who won MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season, speaks, you listen. But Angel Reese can't handle the heat, and her reaction.
And yeah, people aren't happy because Candace Parker is not proclaiming Angel Reese to be the best player in the world. And by the way, Angel Reese was...
Candace Parker, a lot of y'all say she's the GOAT, right? 3 championships, 2 MVPs, Rookie of the Year MVP in the same year, and now Candace Parker ain't shit. She tap dancing. We see why Gino and her had the problems they had, and she's a coon and selling out. All this because she don't want to force glaze Bricklayer Reese the way that y'all do.
This all started when Candace Parker went on Complex Sports for what should have been a routine segment. She was asked to do a tier ranking of the WNBA's top players. She meticulously placed proven MVP winners like A'ja Wilson and Breanna Stewart in the S tier, the absolute, undisputed elite. She then put game changers and franchise cornerstones like Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu in the A tier. But Angel Reese? She got slapped right into the C tier, and the internet exploded. Parker's reasoning was simple, logical, and based entirely on basketball. To be in the top tiers, you have to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. She then defined Reese's role perfectly and without malice. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She didn't call her trash. She called her a role player. And for Reese, a player whose brand is built on a superstar narrative, that was an unforgivable sin.
Uncle KC was right again? Not only was Uncle KC right, he now has a WNBA legend repeating his brilliant observations of pretend basketball? How many times have I said Angel Reese is not an impact player? I mean, she definitely has an impact on losing, but Angel Reese has absolutely no effect on winning.
Instead of taking the constructive criticism from one of the greatest to ever play the game, a player who literally paved the way for her to even have a platform, Angel Reese did what she does best. She ran to social media to throw a cryptic, passive-aggressive tantrum. She tweeted, "Clout is one hell of a drug. The irony here is so thick you could cut it with a knife." Angel Reese, the same person whose entire brand is built on manufacturing controversy, starting drama, and chasing clout, is accusing a first-ballot Hall of Famer of being a clout chaser. Are you kidding me? This is the same Angel Reese whose podcast, Unapologetic Ally Angel, can barely crack 5,000 views per episode. Candace Parker has a successful career with TNT and is one of the most respected analysts in the sport. She doesn't need clout. She is the standard. Reese's accusation was a pathetic attempt to deflect from the
Thinking where she put Angel Reese in the C tier has caused a riot. It's caused a riot. Angel Reese is not feeling it. She took to Twitter and fired off a sub. She's subbing, y'all.
And here's the brutal truth that likely fueled Reese's meltdown. Candace Parker was right, and the numbers prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. In her sophomore season, a time when a player is expected to take a leap forward, Angel Reese has actually gotten worse. Her field goal percentage has plummeted to a dismal 31.1%, a number that is historically awful for a forward who takes most of her shots near the basket. Her turnovers have nearly doubled to a chaotic 3.9 per game, including a 9-turnover performance that was a masterclass in ineptitude. The situation is so bad that the Chicago Sky's own general manager had to publicly state that they need more from Angel Reese. Instead of hitting the gym to work on her finishing or her ball handling, Reese is hitting the timeline, starting beef with a
These people will disrespect and turn their back on their own family if it means bowing down and defending Angel Reese. These people will abandon their children if it means defending Angel Reese. It's hilarious how anybody that does not force glaze this girl and prop her up.
Reese, clout is one hell of a drug. Like, it really gets to a point. And by the way, this is because a tiny clip of Candace Parker's podcast is this.
No way, shape, or form am a hater. What player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Let's put some respect on Candace Parker's name because her resume is the foundation of her credibility and the reason her opinion is gospel. We're talking about a 3-time WNBA champion with 3 different teams, including a storybook ending where she won a title for her hometown Chicago Sky. She's a 2-time MVP, a finals MVP, a defensive player of the year, and a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She is the only player in WNBA history to win both MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season, a feat she accomplished while pregnant. This woman has conquered every mountain in the sport, facing immense pressure and scrutiny her entire career. She has nothing to prove to anyone, least of all a second-year player who is shooting 31% from the field. When a legend with this resume evaluates your game, you should take note.
You got Angel Reese. I put her right at that C level. I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She showed and demonstrated so much growth in that first year. I think that this is my tier.
This conflict perfectly illustrates the great divide in modern sports, clout versus credentials. Angel Reese's fame is heavily driven by her social media presence, her brand partnerships like Reebok, and the controversies she cultivates. Her success is often measured in followers and headlines. Candace Parker's fame, on the other hand, is a direct byproduct of her on-court dominance. Her credentials were earned through championships, MVPs, and years of consistent excellence. The business world sees this distinction clearly. Ice Cube, a shrewd businessman, explained why he offered Caitlin Clark a $5 million Big 3 deal, but wouldn't do the same for Reese, stating, "It won't have the same impact to the league." Parker was evaluating Reese on the metric of credentials, but Reese heard it as an attack on her clout. She lives in a world where followers are a measure of worth, and she can't handle a legend telling her that in the world.
What did Angel Reese have to say? She said clout is one hell of a drug. Like, it really gets to a point. She also retweeted something somebody said, but that was taken down. That was taken down. Look, Angel Reese ain't happy with Candace Parker, y'all. Angel Reese ain't feeling this. You got me in the C tier. But you know what's crazier? Candace Parker ain't backing down. She's standing on business. She's standing on business, bro. We got to take a look.
What player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Guess we'll wait for their response.
Oh, we're not going to. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is, in what player, and this is no disrespect, these are the greatest players in the game right now. They asked me to rank the tier right now. And I sit in a studio at Turner with Shaq and Chuck, and some of which I think at times they do individually and personally attack people's character. And I think I pride myself on trying to be an analyst that does not do that. I do not attack character. I literally am just, from my point of view, from my opinion, this was the ranking.
Angel Reese's reaction is a fascinating case study in the psychology of the modern social media-bred athlete. Her clout is a drug tweet was a classic deflection. Instead of addressing the basketball critique, she attacked Parker's perceived motive, framing the analysis as a desperate grab for attention. This is a common defense mechanism for a generation of players who have grown up in an online echo chamber of praise. Any form of honest criticism, especially from a respected elder, is immediately interpreted not as feedback, but as hate or a personal attack. Legends like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Candace Parker were forged in the fire of intense criticism. They used it as fuel. They didn't run to Twitter to complain, they went to the gym. Parker was offering Reese a roadmap for improvement, a standard to strive for, and
Angel Reese is demanding more money, and if she doesn't get what she wants, then she's willing to sit out this next season along with a lot of other WNBA players. For most of the life of the WNBA, the NBA has subsidized that league 100%. Now it's 50%, but still they're subsidized by the NBA. The WNBA this last year has finally started generating a little revenue of their own, and that's primarily because of one player, and it's not Angel Reese. That one player is Caitlin Clark, and they did everything they could to demoralize and devalue her, while she was the one almost single-handedly bringing value to their league.
Look at all of this. Candace Parker's resume, man. Read it all. All of it. She's jealous of the bricklaying slump because she's breaking records. The bricklayer broke a double-double record that Candace Parker had. And that means she's breaking all of Candace Parker's records. The most pathetic people ever in sports history, bro. And then the bricklaying sloth glazers are posting this too. Check this. This is what the bricklayer sloth glazers are posting to defend Angel Reese over Candace Parker. What the fuck is this?
Parker's assessment of Reese as a fantastic role player was not an insult. It was an accurate description of her current game, and it's the reality check she desperately needed to hear. Her primary elite skill is offensive rebounding. Her scoring is inefficient, and many of her rebounds are a direct result of her own missed shots because she struggles to finish around the basket against professional level size and length. Parker even posed the simple, logical question that Reese's supporters can't answer. What player are you taking Angel Reese over from those that I just listed? The silence is deafening. You wouldn't take her over Caitlin Clark's revolutionary impact, Ajah Wilson's MVP dominance, or...
They asked me my opinion on player tiers, and my thing is then if you bring something to the argument, bring something else. Can she get to player A or player S or whatever? Yes, she can. Yes. Right now, I don't know if she's alongside those players in B's, and you're measuring her against players that have been in the league for years.
Right.
And so I think that, you know, I've faced it on the men's side when people attack you for what you look like or who you are. That's usually not coming with a solid argument. And so I'm willing to debate. I love it. Tell me I'm wrong, but bring facts to the table.
Sorry, Angel Reese. The $5 million offer was only for Caitlin Clark. Oh, fuck. It's about to get ugly. With the Big Three's $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark never coming to fruition, could a lucrative Angel Reese proposal be up next for the Hoops League? Tell me you don't know ball. I mean, honestly, don't count on it. TMZ Sports caught up with Ice Cube himself at LAX this week, and the Big Three honcho said that there will be no deal put in front of Angel Reese anytime soon.
In the end, this wasn't Candace Parker being a hater. It was her being an analyst. She delivered a necessary, honest, and fact-based evaluation of a player who has been coasting on hype and social media buzz. Angel Reese's immature reaction, lashing out with accusations of clout chasing instead of engaging with the critique, proves Parker's point more effectively than any stat sheet ever could. She has the potential to be a great player, but her focus seems to be on her brand, not her game. She can either listen to the wisdom of a legend who has been where she wants to go and put in the work to become an A-tier player, or she can continue to live in a fantasy world of social media clout. But as Candace Parker just proved, the truth always comes out on the court, and right now,